The world's biggest tournament is coming, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 try-under competition ball is here at the Goal 90 shop. Designed for the game's biggest stage, it's built for precision, speed and control. Right now, you can make it yours with 30% off plus free shipping. Don't just watch the World Cup, own a piece of it. Visit goal90.shop today and order now.
Arsenal are having a dream start to the 2025-26 season. After 9 games played, they find themselves enjoying a 4-point lead at the top of the table. They are now 5 points ahead of Spurs, 6 ahead of City and 7 ahead of Liverpool. And this is despite having dropped points in 2 of their first 5 league games. Yes, it's still very early, but Gooners all around the world are already getting a good feeling about this season. However, it's still very important to remain cautious. Arsenal have found themselves in a position like this a few times before, but failed to actually secure the title at the end of the season. So, what must they do differently this time around? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. These are 5 things Mikel Arteta must do to finally secure the Premier League this season. First of all, he needs to diversify quickly. What do we mean by that? You see, this season Arsenal have scored a lot of goals from set pieces. 11 of the 16 goals. That's 69% of the goals the Gunners have scored in the league so far have come from set pieces. The highest ratio by a team in a single Premier League campaign in the league's entire history. Now, while it's surely great news that Arsenal are able to continuously get goals from dead ball situations, it also raises some concerns. If Premier League teams somehow find a permanent solution to Arsenal's set-piece threat, they might be in real trouble. This is why we say that they need to diversify quickly. They must find other routes to goal so that if that time ever comes when teams figure out how to successfully defend Arsenal's set pieces, they would still be able to create chances, score goals and win games. Secondly, Mikel Arteta must also be very aware of the mid-table teams this season. Arsenal's record against big teams is actually pretty good. Yes, they lost to Liverpool this season, but before then, they were on a run of 22 games without a loss to any of the big 6 teams in the Premier League, stretching all the way back to 2024. So the big games are never an issue for Arsenal. They always show up. But you see, those games against mid-table clubs, those are usually Arsenal's undoing. Arsenal have dropped points to Newcastle, Fulham, Aston Villa, Forest, Brighton, Everton and West Ham in at least 2 of the last 3 seasons. In the cases of West Ham and Newcastle, it happened in each of the last 3 seasons. So these are the types of fixtures Arsenal have to be really careful with. They have cost them in their race for the title in the last 3 seasons, so they must be careful not to let it affect their title race once again this campaign. Arteta must find a way to break down these teams and win against them. Of course, we don't expect him to win every single game this season, but his record against those teams must improve if he wants to get his hands on that elusive trophy. We'll talk about the next thing Arteta must do in a second, but if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so that you never miss out on our amazing content. Now, back to the video. Arteta must also be very careful about February to April. In each of the last 3 seasons, this was the period Arsenal essentially lost the league. In the 2022-23 season, Arsenal went on a 3-game winless run in February and a 4-game winless run in April. This was the period that City closed the gap and overtook them on the Premier League table. In the 2023-24 season, if you remember, they were perfect from January, enjoying an 8-game winning run in the Premier League since the turn of the year. But their loss to Aston Villa in April caused them to lose the league by just 2 points in the end. Then last season, they managed to win just 3 of the 9 Premier League games they played between February and April, allowing Liverpool to extend their lead at the top of the table and effectively run away with the title. Now, what causes this drop in form during this time of year? It's hard to ascertain, whether it's a loss of focus, a drop in the physical levels, fatigue, or a change in mentality that kicks in during this time of the season. Arteta must be careful to address it so that it doesn't wouldn't cost him for the 4th season running. Moving forward, he must also make sure to manage the squad better. Arsenal are a big club. They don't just want to win the Premier League, they also want to fight for other trophies at the same time. What this means is that they'll have to play a lot of games throughout the course of the season. The coach must first figure out a way to manage the minutes of his squad to ensure that they're fit and fresh for the biggest and toughest games of the season. Of course, we all know what happened last season. Injuries ran through the Arsenal squad and it cost them dearly. While some of those injuries were just unfortunate, some of them were down to the coaching staff. The likes of Havertz, Saka, Gabriel and Saliba were run to the ground. So it wasn't very surprising when those guys suffered muscle injuries. And no, these injuries don't just happen, especially when they occur too often. Even Arsenal legend Thierry Henry once questioned the Arsenal staff, suggesting that recurring muscle injuries are usually a function of how the team trains. So, if Arteta and his staff have to switch up a few things in training to make sure that their players don't suffer so many muscle injuries when the season heats up, then they absolutely should. Because an injury crisis can put an end to any title race, no matter how good you are. Of course, Arsenal now have a very deep squad, but there are still certain players who are just irreplaceable, so it's the responsibility of the coach and his staff to ensure that he keeps his players fit, especially the best ones. Finally, Mikel Arteta must just pray and hope. Sometimes you can do everything right and still lose out on the league, whether because of one tiny slip-up or even due to some unfortunate incorrect calls going against you. So while the boss is doing all he can to make sure that his team is putting up great performances on the pitch and securing maximum points game after game, he also has to just hope and pray that some measure of luck is on his side this time around. You always need a bit of that to win titles. If Mikel Arteta can do all these 5 things we've mentioned in this video, in addition to the brilliant work that he's already doing at the club, we see no reason why he can't win Arsenal their first Premier League title in 22 years. Okay, now it's time to hear from you guys. What else do you think that Mikel Arteta must do in order to secure the Premier League title this season? And do you really believe that Arsenal can finally do it this time around, or will they find a way to bottle it once again? How many trophies do you think that the Gunners will win this season? Get in the comments and talk to us. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so that you never miss out on new content. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.